I've been getting the calls. I've been getting the text. I've been reading the comments. I've seen things all around the world saying, when's Two Day going to come back? When is the best YouTuber of all time going to stop slacking off and actually care about his fans and the mass quantities around the world? When is that going to come back? Guys, I know it's been a long time. I've missed you. I've missed making videos. I've missed making content, even though I really didn't make a ton of videos the first time around. Even though I really didn't cover nearly as much, obviously, that I wanted to, and maybe could have kept going for a little while. But I just kind of wanted to make this video to touch base to kind of let you know what I've been up to, what's been going on, why I've been gone for so long, and kind of ended out with my future plans for the channel and for the other stuff that I'm working on. I think the last video that I made was around like mid 2020, when the pandemic first hit. And the thing is, a lot of things happened in my life, a lot, and some good, some really good, some bad. And I kind of want to go touch base with that a little bit, kind of move on from all of that, and really just focus on what I'm the most passionate about, and that is obviously film. I wouldn't be doing this. I wouldn't be wanting to do this resurgence. I wouldn't have done it to begin with if it's not something that I love and that I'm passionate with. And, I want to first and foremost apologize for not, doing content for as long as I have. But, let's get this started. Around the time that I stopped making videos, we made a couple of really big life decisions. And when I say we, I mean me and, well, my wife now. I can say that. I'm married, guys. What? It was a great time. Obviously, I love my wife, and it's been a really good journey sharing my life with her and us continuing to grow and be on this journey together. I couldn't be luckier, and that's really when I said really good things that happened in my life. Obviously, that's the top of the list, and really anything that comes to my wife is on the top of the list. And her and I had a lot of things going on these last couple of years, but I'm getting ahead of myself. So when I stopped making content around that time in 2020, we made a couple of really big life decisions. First one being we got a dog, and it was one of the best decisions that we made, and it made us super happy. It's something that we had talked about since we first got together. I've always wanted a dog. She's always wanted a dog, and we made that happen. And for a good, 6 to 8 months, the time that we had her, things that happened that were a little bit out of our control. Maybe we weren't prepared. Maybe we weren't aware of what went into this particular dog, some of the issues with previous owners of the dog that wasn't made apparent to us until later on. And, learning about her as we had her, we just kind of came to the really sad conclusion that, after a while, we couldn't go on. And it was one of the hardest decisions that I've ever had to make. Um, and because of that, I kind of went into a really dark place there for a while. My wife and I both did. And so while we were going through that, while we had the dog, and then after the fact, I just wasn't really inspired to do anything. I was just kind of defeated. I was really upset. So after that, 2021, we kind of made a turn for the best. We were planning the wedding. We got married. We went to Disney World. It was the first time I ever went. She's been many times. We did that for our honeymoon. Fantastic. And then in 2021 as well, I was part of a podcast called Morbidly Macabre with a couple really close friends of mine. And I kind of put a lot of my creative energy into that podcast. And it was really rewarding, and it was kind of feeding my hunger for, the entertainment and talking about things that are a little bit more morbid, being able to be a little bit more vulgar and a little bit more, that persona of myself, something that I probably won't be able to do on this platform. And it was just a really fun time. It was really fun to be with them. It was really fun to grow that podcast, month after month, and just seeing us reach out to way many more people than I or we would have anticipated. And it was just such a rewarding time. And then going on that, For those of you that watch me that have also supported me with my podcast with Morbidly Macabre, you can also see that that podcast, we haven't released anything for quite a while as well. I think it's been since, a little after my wedding, 2021. So it's been quite a while. And to address that really quickly, just because I feel like it wouldn't be fair for me to talk too much about that without my partners with that, it really just comes down to our schedules. It comes down to their availability. It comes down to, a lot of different things. There's no ill will towards anybody. We're still very good friends. The podcast is not dead. I can tell you that with certainty as of right now. We don't have any plans as far as moving forward with it at this time. We don't have any plans as far as what we're going to do if we come back, if at all. But I've had a couple of conversations with them, and while they're saying that they're not opposed to doing that at some point, at the same time, I'm just kind of getting the vibe that it's going to be a while, if at all. So, which brings us to now, these last couple of months. I've really been just kind of sitting, waiting for what's the next step, what's the next thing that I want to do, and these last couple of months, I've been really inspired to bring this back, more so than I have been since I stopped. And these last couple of months, I've watched way more movies in this span of time than I did really all of last year. So that tells me that I'm really getting back into the grind of things, and it's been really rewarding. It's been really fun. Um, I went to Sundance, guys. I was able to see several films virtually for Sundance Film Festival earlier this year, which was an absolute honor and a blast. And I hope that I get to do things like that in the future. And I've just, the Oscars are coming up in a couple of months as well. And I really plan on going into that a little bit more in detail. Maybe even making a video where I kind of give you the who will win and who should win in all of the categories, kind of break it down a little bit, make the post video after the Oscars doing my reactions on what actually happened, and kind of just going from there. And then I also plan on doing, reviews for films that I've watched. Maybe doing videos here and there of like an accumulative of films that I didn't feel like making a whole video for. So I just kind of do several of them in one video. I'll probably do that for the Sundance films. And then really after all of that, kind of just reading the comments and seeing what you guys think and kind of seeing what you guys want to see and kind of working that in as well. So I guess the ending of the video here, I just want to thank you guys for, sticking with me, and I hope that you'll stick with me through this resurgence. I'm not going to go with like a specific schedule on when I'm going to upload videos, but I am going to upload a lot more frequently than I have. I'm hoping, at least once a week. I'm hoping that's my goal. Hopefully I can do that. I'm not going to promise that, but that's kind of what I want to shoot for. But guys, thank you so much if you've come this far. And I really appreciate the opportunity that I'm going to have here to do this resurgence of the channel. When I say 2 a day, a lot of people say, does that mean you're going to review 2 films each time you do a video? Do you watch 2 films a day? Like, what does that mean exactly? And when I say 2 films a day keep the brain sane, it really just what I'm kind of trying to convey is that films for me have always been something that helped me through everything, whether I'm going through the best time of my life, the worst time of my life, anything. Films are always there. And so I always have to make sure, no matter where I'm at, to just get in as much movies as possible. So that's kind of what I intend on doing. And I'm really excited to show you guys what I have in store. Also, I know that my videos are probably not going to be like super great quality because I'm still kind of trying to figure out what I want to do with that. Like, this backdrop, as cute as it is, I definitely kind of want to see what I can do as far as lighting, getting better equipment, sound, getting better with editing, all of that stuff. So it's going to be a ride with me, but I'll appreciate anybody that'll be there with me. And I'm really excited for what's to come. So I'm going to stop talking. I'm rambling way too much. This video is probably already way too long for what I want it to be. I just want to say thank you guys again. And the best YouTubers back in the game. Let's go.